Another Kairos flexible time scheduler tutorial video. Today we're going to talk about the import files because these can be kind of confusing if you're looking at these for the very first time. So you should have received from Bob a Kairos import file document folder. Inside that folder you're going to see several things. One, it's going to say README PDF. You can read through that, but hopefully all of our tutorial videos here will help you through this. You'll see a file import here, columns with CSV tabs. Not necessarily something you need to pay attention to. And then you're going to see a CSV files headers no data and a CSV files data no headers. What I would recommend is going into the headers with no data and opening up the following documents when we get to them for the tutorial. The reason for this is the system does not allow headers to be imported into the system. So after you have all of your data put in, basically removing the front column and taking out the header is the best option for you and the easiest way to understand the system. So let's jump into this. We'll start easy first. We will look first at the calendar. So if you jump into your calendar view, this is the first thing that you should be paying attention to. Kairos Flexible Time Scheduler will give your school a number. So in this instance, Hightown is a school number 4. The school name is Hightown Elementary, and the school short name is Hightown. I want the calendar to start on August 1st, 2016, and I want the calendar to end June 1st, 2017. Now that can be changed based on when your calendar school year is. So if you go through June, you can change this to, or this goes through July. If you want this to be changed to August to August, you sure can do that. Completely up to you how you want to set your calendar up for your school year. So that is the first thing you do. Again, here's the header that we would have to remove. So once that is complete, I would just delete that row and everything will move up and it will look normal. But again, the school number you will receive from Kairos Flexible Time Scheduler, Hightown Elementary, your number 4. That's important because that's going to talk to other worksheets. So I'm just going to minimize that for right now because I'm going to show you how this talks to the other Excel sheets. Let's open up grade levels next. When we open up grade levels, you're going to see grade name and school number. Again, this number talks to this number. So it's important that you use the same number that Kairos Flexible Time Scheduler sent you in all of these files. So the school number is 4, so I put 4 in there. And in this instance, we have 4 grades. We have primary 1, primary 2, intermediate 1, intermediate 2. Now, if you wanted to change this to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because you have 6 grades, you can do that, and you just turn it into that. If you wanted the grade name, the catch with the grade name is it only can be 4 digits long. So that's why we did Pri 1, Pri 2, intermediate 1, intermediate 2. So the grade name, there's a little catch. It can only be 4 numbers or 4 letters. It can be a mix. It just can't be more than 4. So that's grade levels. If we jump into the people file, this is where you're going to want to pull information from your information center. It's easy to put staff in, especially if you have a small staff, but it gets a little more challenging if you have a large group of students you're trying to put in. So I'll talk through what you need to pull from your information database. You need to pull the staff number, so the staff ID, state ID that you would have in the system for your staff. You need to pull that. Last name, first name, or middle initial is fine. And then whatever you use for your username and passwords for your system. So if you're a Google for Education school, I would use the same username and password that you use for that for this system. Then you're not having 2 usernames and 2 passwords to think about. If you're not a Google for Education school, but you use usernames and passwords to log on to your devices, I would use that. Office 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you don't have to worry about that. Just fill that in with NULL, null, and make sure that's across the board. It's important when you're filling out the staff one that you don't leave the student number blank. Put null in there as well. Now, when you're bringing in the students, again, what you're going to do is you're going to bring in the students and you're going to put null in the staff, but you're going to put the student IDs in here. Now, this is where if you pull from an information database, you could just copy and paste over. So pull all your student ID numbers, their last name, first name, middle name, their username, and then in the Office 1, 2 through 7, just put null. And you can just click, hold down Shift, and just copy down, and it will work just fine. So that is the people file. So first I would go through and I would put all your staff in, and then after all your staff are in, then I would go through and add however many students you need. And again, a copy paste will work just fine.